The Socialist International is a worldwide association of political parties, most of which seek to establish democratic socialism. It consists mostly of democratic socialist, social democratic and Labour political parties and other organisations. Although formed in 1951 as a successor to the Labour and Socialist International, it has antecedents to the late 19th century. Initially dominated by parties from Western Europe, it has grown to include more than 160 member parties from more than 100 countries. Its members have governed in many countries including most of Europe. The Party of European Socialists, a European political party, is an associated organisation of the SI, as is its European Parliamentary Group, the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats. The current Secretary-General of the SI is Luis Ayala, who has held the post since 1989. The current president of the SI is the former Prime Minister of Greece George Papandreou. History. The International Workingmen's Association was the first international body to bring together organisations representing the working class. It was formed in London on September 28, 1864 by socialist, communist and anarchist political groups and trade unions. Tensions between moderates and revolutionaries led to its dissolution in 1876 in Philadelphia. The Second International was formed in Paris on July 14, 1889 as an association of the socialist parties. Differences over World War I led to the Second International being dissolved in 1916. International Socialist Commission was formed in February 1919 at a meeting in Bern by parties that wanted to resurrect the Second International. In March 1919 communist parties formed Comintern at a meeting in Moscow. Parties which did not want to be a part of the resurrected Second International or Comintern formed the International Working Union of Socialist Parties on February 27, 1921 at a conference in Vienna. The ISC and the IWUSP joined to form the Labour and Socialist International in May 1923 at a meeting in Hamburg. The rise of Nazism and the start of World War II led to the dissolution of the LSI in 1940. The Socialist International was formed in Frankfurt in July 1951 as a successor to the LSI. During the post-World War II period, the SI aided social democratic parties in re-establishing themselves when dictatorship gave way to democracy in Portugal and Spain. Until its 1976 Geneva Congress, the SI had few members outside Europe and no formal involvement with Latin America. In the 1980s, most SI parties gave their backing to the Nicaraguan Sandinistas, whose left-wing government had incited enmity from the United States. In the late 1970s and in the 1980s the SI had extensive contacts and discussion with the two leading powers of the Cold War period, the United States and the Soviet Union, on issues concerning East-West relations and arms control. The SI supported dark copyright tent and disarmament agreements, such as SALT, START and INF. They had several meetings and discussion in Washington, D.C. with President Jimmy Carter and Vice President George Bush, and in Moscow with Secretaries General Leonid Brezhnev and Mikhail Gorbachev. The SI's delegations to these discussions were led by the Finnish Prime Minister Kalevi Sorsa. Since then, the SI has admitted as member parties not only the FSLN but also the left-wing Puerto Rican Independence Party, as well as former communist parties such as the Democratic Party of the Left of Italy and the Front for the Liberation of Mozambique. Following the Tunisian Revolution, the Constitutional Democratic Rally was expelled from the SI in January 2011. Later that month, the Egyptian National Democratic Party was also expelled. As a result of the 2010 Euro 2011 Ivorian crisis, the Ivorian Popular Front was expelled in March 2011. However, according to Section 5.1.3 of the Statutes of the Socialist International, an expulsion requires a decision of Congress by a majority of two-thirds. On May 22, 2013, the Social Democratic Party of Germany along with other social democratic political parties founded a rival organization to the Socialist International known as the Progressive Alliance, out of criticism of the perceived corrupt and outmoded nature of the SI. Presidents, honorary presidents and secretaries general, summits, members, full members. The following parties are full members, consultative parties. The following parties are consultative parties. Observer parties. The following parties are observer parties: former members, fraternal organizations, International Falcon Movement, a Euro-Socialist Educational International, International Union of Socialist Youth, Socialist International Women, associated organizations. See also, African Socialist International, Latin American Parliament, Reformism, Section Frana, Secciones de Internacional Ouvriere, Third Way, Notes. References. Further reading: Julius Braunthal, The Rebirth of Social Democracy, Foreign Affairs, Volume 27, No. 4, pp. 586 a 600. In JSTOR, The Socialist International by Nikolai Sibilov, 1984. External links: official site of the Socialist International, official site of the Party of European Socialists,